Oh, you can just feel already how much this weekend means to the Wallaroos. Emily Chancellor, the captain there, saying it'd be so satisfying to beat the USA. They did it earlier this year, as we know, in Canberra, defeated them at GIO Stadium. Can the Wallaroos take much out of that defeat several months later, Britt?
Definitely. I think that's what they've been holding on to this whole year. They've had this game circled in the calendar all year. They've been it's all been leading up to it, to be honest.
It was a bit spicy down in Canberra, if you remember.
Yeah, definitely. Alev Kelter, the USA 12 red
Tim,
card.
there's an order when we do this show, mate.
Right.
One in about 5 minutes' time.
But she's mad as a cut snake, isn't she?
Yeah,
She's the one that's come out of ice hockey, is that right?
Yeah. And if I'm Joe Yap, I am telling my team, you're going in there and you're aiming to aggravate her, realistically. You're wanting to get her angry because she gives away a lot of penalties. She got yellow carded.
This is the moment from this test earlier in the year where Alev Kelter stomps on Georgina Fredericks and received a 3-week suspension.
A 3-week suspension. It was 50% off, downgraded because she had a clean record previously. But it's pretty ugly stuff. Pretty high danger zone. It's a 6-week entry point normally, and somehow it's just been brought down. And realistically, she missed 1 test match, and the other 2 were just.
She's mad.
And she kind of.
She's like Happy Gilmore trying to get his puck back at the start of the movie.
Yeah.
I hold a record for the only player to take off his ice try to stab someone. But I remember the outrage at the time, and it was completely warranted that the penalty was only 3 weeks, and the justification from World Rugby was, we don't believe there was any attempt to stomp on the head and the contact was minimal. If you're making a stomping action like that, whether the contact is minimal or not, it seems reasonably deliberate.
Yeah, and the fact that the ref at the time, straight red card, and she even called it, she labelled it herself, like deliberate, bad sportsmanship act. Like the way that she described it at the time in that moment kind of tells you that was a deliberate act. She did clearly try to stomp on Georgina Fredericks.
And then shoves her afterwards.
Afterwards, and a lot of people were complaining, G-Fred should have released her in the tackle, but no, she was still in legitimate position to continue with the tackle. As I was saying, Joe Yap, I'm telling these players to go in, target her. She will give away penalties. She gave away a yellow card last week against England. She's a key component to that back line for the USA alongside Ilona Maher, obviously. And so if you take one of those players out, if you niggle enough at Alev and she's giving away penalties, you're marching the USA down the field. It's only going to put yourself in a stronger position. It's
a powder keg ready to explode, isn't it, Tim? I mean, because of what's at stake already with these two nations facing off at this point in the World Cup, and then you add in that bit of spice, like it could get really explosive early Sunday morning Australian time. Yeah,
it's exciting for the Wallaroos, and I think they're in a pretty good position at the moment. They look a lot fitter. Of course, that was an easier game for them in the first round, but now this is going to be a lot harder. And Desi Miller, how good was she in the first game? Incredible. And I think Joe Yap's got this side sort of humming, and also probably at this stage believing in each other, because I've always found with the Wallaroos, like a couple of years ago, they lost to the US and Canada, and
last year,
year, and they were all in tears. I just don't think they had that belief. I think they got more trust and belief in each other now, and how well has been playing. It's great to see Caitlin Haas, what she's been doing as well.
Awesome.
She's 18 years of age,
on the field.
So she's now got the opportunity to potentially play in 4, maybe 5 Rugby World Cups. She's 18 years of age, 22 the next one, 26, 30. So all of a sudden, and she's got the chance to potentially be the pin-up girl for the young kids coming through, young girls coming through, a bit like Charlotte Caslitt was when she won the gold medal.
Yeah, her balance is outstanding, and the way she can read the game and what's going on in front of her. Her peripheral vision, absolutely fantastic. Key things out of those previous games that we played against the US that I think Wallaroos really need to focus on is, first and foremost, their kicking wasn't good enough. They've got to find a way to release pressure off their own team. We didn't do that well enough. Too many mistakes, and then physicality close to the line. You look at the way the US played in their first game, same with Canada. Once they get you into that A zone, 10 metres out from the line, they're just going to rumble, and they go so hard. That's where the Wallaroos really need to turn up, and if they can somehow depress that, create some turnovers, or even better, not get in that area of the field to begin with, that's where they're going to compete against these sides. They've certainly got the talent, as we saw against Samoa, to score points and score tries.
If you look at the way England shut them down, yes, England are the best nation in the world and they're just a level above everyone else. But if you look at the way that they played against the US, they had their really strong rush defence all connected, and they pushed up on the US and they shut that defensive line, the attacking back line so quickly. And the US watching that game, they didn't look to the back. They didn't look to kick over the top and exploit the space out the back. So if the Wallaroos look at that, they just need to keep that connection in defence. And that was a bit of an issue against Samoa.
But if we look ahead very quickly, so if the Wallaroos win this weekend, then lose to England, who potentially will they play in the quarter-final if they get through to the quarter-final?
I think it's looking like Canada.
It's
Is it
very
probably
much
Canada?
gonna
Yeah,
be
It's going to
Canada.
be a big challenge.
Which is, pretty much at this
very
stage, the way you got to look at it is quarter-final berth is what they have to do. They have to tick that box. Anything after that is bonus rugby. So if they have to win this weekend to guarantee that quarter-final place, they go out. For me personally, if I play this week and you're telling the girls to bust a gut, put everything on the line this week, win, and then next week, play whoever. Of
Cross
course
that bridge. Exactly right.
You want to have a good game against England, but realistically, they're not going to win.
The crowds have been great, haven't they? Been some big crowds over there.
It's been record-breaking in so many ways. Very quickly before we move on, Wallaroos versus USA, tip, Shep.
I reckon the Wallaroos will win.
Okay, Brett?
Yeah, definitely Wallaroos.
Wallaroos just.
That's not what you said off camera, Tim. No, I'd love to see that.
Yes.
Three tips for the Wallaroos to beat the USA and guarantee their place in the quarterfinals of the Women's Rugby World Cup.